last season was a good one. The game's on the up and up. This year it'll be even better. True, we've lost some giants, they were a credit to the game. But we've also found some young'uns, they promise to be the same. That's what the big game's all about, it happens every year. We lose a few of our heroes, but find others who know no fear. We see them give it all they know, we see them give it their best shot. It's whether unknown or famous, you gotta give it all you got. That season was a good one, we saw a big man walking tall. But who will it be this year to collect the greatest prize of all?
Good afternoon and a warm welcome to Nosey Road St Helens. The date's the 10th of April 1988, it's the Stones Bitter League clash. Only 2 more matches left in the league for the Saints after this. Holloway midweek and then Swinton at home next Sunday. Saints now here out on the pitch, the Leeds team already out, but Saints being led out by today's matchday mascot, Ian Fairhurst. Ian's 9 years of age, he attends Willow Tree Primary School at Sutton Leach, just at the top of Leach Lane there. A big day for this lad, out with his favourites, coming out with the captain for Saints, Paul Groves. Paul Groves taking over the captaincy since Shane Cooper has gone back to New Zealand. So a big day for this lad, out there in centre field doing his limbering up movements. I'll just go through the teams for you now. Saints first, of course, number 1, Vivers, 2, Ledger, 3, Loughlin, 4, Tanner, 5, Quirk, 6, Holding, 7, Doherty, 8, Burke, 9, Groves, 10, Evans, 11, Farber, 12, Haggerty, 13, Platt. Substitutes for Saints, 14, Elia and 15, Arkwright. And here's Saints Supremo, Alex Murphy, coming over here to the dugout with his assistant coach, Dave Chiesnall. Well, Dave Chiesnall, it's his birthday today, he's 40 years of age. Been a tremendous servant to rugby league, served quite a number of clubs and a tremendous prop forward in his own right. He certainly got the birthday present he wanted yesterday when Saints A-team beat Barrow A-team in the final of the Alliance Challenge Cup here at Nosey Road. 16 points to 14 was the score, but it didn't reflect the superiority Saints had in the second half. Now the Leeds team now, I'll go through them for you. Number 1, Gurr, 2, Pratt, 3, Gibson, 4, Johnson, 5, Basnett, 6, Holmes, 7, Ashton, 8, Kevin Rain, 9, Gunn, 10, Gill, 11, Powell, 12, Price, 13, Heron, with substitutes for Leeds, 14, Lyons and 15, Brooke Cowden. But Saints playing from the Eddington down to the clubhouse end with a strong wind behind them. Paul Loughlin is going to start the game off. Today's referee, Mr. MacDonald from Wigan, and Paul Loughlin gets things going. Kicks deep into the Leeds 25, Leeds spreading it quickly, crossfield, Paul Groves and Haggerty quickly in the centre field, just short of the 25. Richard Gunn at dummy half. On to John Holmes, veteran campaigner, on to this big second rower, Powell. Just had his call-up papers, Roy Powell, for Mal Rayleigh's international squad. But it's Leeds still in possession. Richard Gunn at dummy half. Leeds just outside their own 25. John Holmes, long ball from Holmes. Quick hands there from David Heron. Set Leeds going. Centre field. Fed inside. And brought down just over the halfway. So Leeds still in possession. Bringing it to the left, John Holmes again. Right there in the stand-off position. And Leeds spreading it out. Quickly taken there, Evan Johnson. Does well to take it, goes in field. It's the last tackle for Leeds. They're just inside their own half. The penalty going Saints' way. After a mix-up at the play of the ball. So the first penalty of the match. Going to St Helens. Paul Loughlin kicks for touch, finds touch on the 25. Paul Groves to start off. Takes it over to Neil Holding. Paul Farber on to Andy Platt. coming from deep onto that short pass from Paul Farber. So it's Saints now with the ball approaching the Leeds 25. Tony Burke pushes one off, change of direction, still going Tony Burke, crossfield. Brought down centre field right on the 25. Paul Groves looking for a quick play of the ball. On to Roy Haggerty. John Holmes quickly in there. For Leeds with another 2 Leeds tattlers. Stuart Evans on the burst. Tremendous crowd favourite here at Nosey Road, Evans. Richard Gunn quickly in there. But Saints spread it to the left. Paul Doherty, short ball inside to Farber. Flicks the ball up. The ball knocked back. Is it a try? Andy Platt over there. The ball goes behind the line, knocked behind the Leeds line by the Leeds player, I think. Andy Platt followed it up, dropped on it. Got a scrum down, a 5-yard scrum being ruled by referee Matt Donald, but he's now stopped the clock for an injury to a Leeds player behind the try line. There was an incident just a little earlier where the Leeds man was injured. The Leeds physio was to be beckoned onto the pitch, but the man must have got up and got back, but he must have taken another knock, and the clock temporarily stopped while attention is given to the Leeds player. Richard Gunn, I think it is, he's still limping, but he comes and takes his position in the pack. The clock is restarted. Leeds head and ball, and Leeds come up with the first scrum of the match. Carl Gibson from dummy half, coming crossfield. Groves brings him down. A real good body tattle that from Groves. Got his arms and legs right round the player. Couldn't go anywhere and brought him to ground. Roy Powell now. Tremendous second row forward, this Powell. Powell and Medley both picked for the tour. Second rowers for Leeds. But Medley not playing today. Richard Gunn coming away from acting half-back. Leeds pegged in their own 25, and it's the 5th tattle. But Leeds are running it. Heron kicking against a rather vicious wind. The ball comes back, it goes directly into touch. It was on the 6th tattle, so the changeover rule. Saints restart. Haggerty onto Tony Burke. Coming onto that short ball. 10 yards from the Leeds line now. Saints with another 5 tackles to make it count. Loop movement with Doherty onto Andy Platt, but it goes off Platt's hand into John Holmes. Veteran campaigner Holmes for the Leeds outfit. And Leeds in possession. Spreading it over to the right then, change of direction. Back in to the left with Tony Burke, Paul Farber and Stuart Evans complete the tackle. But Leeds, they're unable to get out of their own 25. We've had 5 minutes of the game gone so far. There's no score. Marty Gurr, Australian fullback, getting his first touch of the ball. Richard Gunn, at dummy half. He gets the ball, but referee Matt Donald penalises Saints for not getting back, giving Leeds that 5 yards that they need at the play of the ball. A quick tap penalty by the Leeds outfit. They're now spreading it to the right. Quick hands. Overlap there on the right. A 2-man overlap for Leeds. But they can't take the ball. It goes to ground. It's going to be a scrum just about 5 or 6 yards outside the Leeds 25. Saints head and ball with Paul Doherty to feed. Paul Doherty taking the scrum half position today. Neil Holding at standoff. Doherty played in yesterday's Alliance Challenge Cup final. He was named man of the match. And he receives his call up today for his first appearance in the actual starting 13 for the Saints. Well, Paul Groves hooks that ball at Saints in possession. Stuart Evans beats one, drives towards the 25. Solid tackling from Leeds, brings him down. Richard Gunn and Paul Gill. Saints taking it over there to the left wing. Les Quirk back on the left wing for Saints. Just had one appearance since his cartilage operation. Saints spreading it to the right. Quick hands. Haggerty gives the dummy. Feeds on to David Tanner. Taken down there, Carl Gibson. Good one-man smother tackle. The ball now to Neil Holding. Sees a gap in the Leeds defence, grubbers to the corner and finds touch 5 yards from the Leeds try line. Putting pressure there on this Leeds outfit. It's Ray Ashton, ex-Oldham scrum half, to feed for Leeds. Leeds head and ball. They already come up 1 scrum each so far. Referee MacDonald not happy with the formation of the scrum. Ray Ashton to feed, in goes the ball. Comes out Leeds side. Neil Holding quickly round with Doherty. Bring his man down. Number 5 it is, John Bassnett. Good strong winger this John Bassnett. Had a spell with Widnes before going to Leeds. And Leeds are now spreading it to the right. I think that's Gary Price in possession. But it's Richard Gunn attacking half-back. Leeds bringing it left. Kevin Rain there, drives forward. Richard Gunn onto John Holmes, change of direction back to Ray Ashton. Tries to dummy one way but runs into Groves and Nevins. He loses the ball and Saints quickly put it on the attack. Neil Holding feeds inside to Doherty, onto Roy Haggerty. Short ball onto Evans, feeds it back to Doherty. Quick hand from Saints, but Leeds well up to it. They close the gaps. Quick play the ball wanted, Beavers linking up, onto Roy Haggerty. Takes him on Haggerty, looks inside to feed. Inside, but it's David Heron takes him down with John Holmes on the blind side now. Tony Burke, 10 yards from the Leeds line. Saints putting all the pressure on. Paul Groves, Saints bring it left. Andy Platt. Ball forward, turns round, feeds it back to Andy Platt. Looking for the gap, Platt. Takes it over to the left. Solid Leeds tackling, holds out. Still holds out firm. Holding, Beavers in the line. Short ball to Haggerty, inside to Neil Holding. Diagonal run from Holding. Yes, he's in at the corner. Neil Holding goes in for the first score of the match after 9 minutes. A diagonal run there, quick hand from Saints. The ball being flicked inside to Neil Holding. He looked as though he was going to go right through. He kind of hesitated, but he saw the line was at his mercy. He went over and he touched down in this corner, the scoreboard corner. Neil Holding going over there, his 5th try of the season. Obviously not had as many tries as he'd like, but he's had a lot of injuries this season, Neil Holding. Had his jaw and his thumb broken in the first round of the Lancashire Cup tie at Hilton Park, Lee. 3 months out with those injuries, and then he's had his share of niggly knocks. But he came through there, he came through well onto that short ball on a diagonal run and touches down in the corner. 4 points to 0 for the Saints, and David Tanner looking to convert this try. Already kicked 41 goals this season, Dave Tanner. Takes it over to the left of the posts. So after 10 minutes now, the score's 4 points to 0 in Saints' favour from that Neil Holding try. Most of the game being played in the Leeds 25. Saints certainly threatening to go over, but just that inside pass on a diagonal run to Holding, and he swept in at the corner. So it's Leeds to kick off. Ray Ashton, I think it is, to restart. Leeds looking to improve the position in the Stones Bitter League. They're already in 6th position with 29 points from 22 games. Saints have dropped down a bit after that Easter programme with 2 losses against Wigan, 10-9 here at Nosey Road, and then at Widnes 16 points to 6. They're now in 3rd position with Bradford winning midweek, beating Hunslet. Widnes kick off, beg your pardon, what about Widnes now? Leeds kick off. Saints fluff the ball, it goes back to Leeds, but referee MacDonald bringing Paul Farber out for an alleged thump in the tackle. The Leeds players on the ground, Roy Powell it is, I think, 2nd row Second row forward for Leeds, but Saints are penalised for an alleged thump in the tackle. Leeds electing to take the penalty kick to goal, I should say. Roy Powell has received his treatment. Back up on his feet. But it's Paul Gill, I think that is, second row. Beg your pardon. Prop forward for Leeds. He's in charge of the goal kicking duties today for Leeds. The Leeds losing last week at Hull. They got, last Wednesday it was, midweek, they got beat 28 points to 16. Hull certainly coming to the fore in the last few games since the resignation of Len Casey, who's in the Challenge Cup semi-final. Very unlucky to get beaten by Halifax after a replay. 0-0 the first game. They got beat 4-3 in the replay. Just an opportunist try from Halifax, seeing them through to the Challenge Cup final for the second time in successive years. But he makes no mistake there, Paul Gill, with that penalty goal. Reduces the arrears for Leeds. So 4 points to 2. The score now. As I was just saying about Hull, Leeds going down at Hull last Wednesday. 28-16, Saints are at Hull this Wednesday. They're going to be a hard side to beat. They're looking forward to a top 8 position in the Stones Bitter League Championship for Hull. So certainly on their own midding and midweek, it's a daunting task. Saints kick off now. Leeds in possession. Richard Gunn feeds on to Roy Powell. Gunn again attacked in half-back, but Leeds still held in their own 25. Bring it now to Kevin Rain. Bring it blindside Leeds. Looking for this Johnson-Bassnett partnership on the left wing. The ball's back to Holmes. And Leeds kick it upfield. Beavers gathers it. An awkward bounce, but he runs into 2 Leeds defenders. Coming up very quickly. Gary Price, one of them, and David Heron. Barry Ledger coming in field, looking to go forward centre field. Saw the gap, but it was quickly closed. Leeds moving up very quickly. Quarter of an hour of the game gone, 4 points to 2 the score in favour of St Helens. Doherty inside to Paul Farber, shrugs one off, feeds it out to Neil Holding, on to Paul Doherty again, change of direction. Tries to sidestep past Roy Powell, but no way through for him, and Paul Gill comes in there to assist with the tackle. Holding with a lofted pass onto Beavers. Paul Loughlin now comes in field, very little space, he's still going Loughlin. Both Loughlin together with Paul Groves and Andy Platt been called up into the Great Britain squad, with Roy Haggerty and the 10 possibles. Neil Holding lofts it up and under. Well taken there. So it's Leeds in possession, 10 yards from their own line. Errol Johnson. Richard Gunn at dummy half, he plays it right to John Bassnett, coming in field, looking for some action. John Bassnett, a powerful runner, and he's looking to get Leeds on the way. Kevin Rain on the far side. Leeds going to have to bring it left, and to Roy Powell, last tackle for Leeds. They're all coming back for the kick upfield. Back to Marty Gurr, he kicks it upfield. Beavers takes it. Les Quirk comes in field. Strong runner this Quirk. Takes it well. Roy Haggerty from dummy half. Leeds moving up very quickly. Stemming the Saints attack. Stuart Evans coming blindside. Neil Holding directing operations there. The ball going to go to the left. Loop movement with Doherty. Beavers linking up onto Farber. Tries to flick it back. Beavers gathers it, I think. Yes, it must have touched the Leeds man. Very unlucky there, Roy Powell not to drop on that ball, but Beavers gathers it. Saints with another 6 tackles to make it count. Over there to the left centre, David Tanner. Les Quirk at dummy half, he tries to go through on his own. Lifted body lane, taken over to that popular side, the main stand side I should say. This man gave the dummy, the gap opened in the Saints defence, and Price scooted through. Now with Holmes, on to Kevin Rain. Good run from this prop forward. Hers up, brought down 10 yards inside the Saints 25. One of the first times Leeds have been in an attacking position in the Saints 25. On to Powell. Still going, Ben on his outside. Solid tackling from Saints, which Leeds on the attack. It's the last tackle for Leeds. Probably try and hoist a little up and under here, but quick play there from Paul Gill. Fed it on to Richard Gunn, the hooker. But Leeds penalised for not playing the ball correctly in referee MacDonald's opinion. I think that's what he was indicating, or perhaps he was indicating the changeover with the pass being moved forward. But loose ball there from Saints. Quirk does well, comes over, takes his man, a good smothering tackle with Leeds with a one-man overlap on the right wing for Leeds. But they couldn't release it. And they're just outside the Saints 25. Neil Holding charges the ball down. It comes back to Edel Johnson. So another 6 tackles will be waved on for Leeds. Referee MacDonald wipes the slate clean. Gary Price with the ball. Edel Johnson at dummy half. On to Richard Gunn. Marty Girder is coming up from the full-back position at acting half-back. Keeps it going to the right. Saints move up quickly, but on to Powell. Strong lad, this Powell. Got to get in there and bang him down at the first attempt. Richard Gunn now for Leeds, trying to get him going, taking it over to the right. John Holmes, quick ball there from Leeds, feed it inside. Yes. Leeds touchdown. 15 yards to the right of the posts. Yes, Richard Pratt it was. Touches down 15 yards to the right of the post. That puts Leeds in the lead. Quick hands, quick play from Leeds there. Spreading it quickly to the right. Pratt latching on to the end of it and touching down there. Paul Gill looking for this conversion attempt against a rather stiff breeze here at Nosey Road. Leeds will have the breeze to the backs in the second half, but Gill steps up there. Yes, both the touch judges had to move over for a better position, but the ball goes over. So 8 points to 4. Leeds take the lead just halfway through this first half. Excuse me. Paul Loughlin to restart. Keeps it low. Leeds in their own 25, coming crossfield. Roy Haggerty quickly in there. Effects the tackle. Solid tackling from Roy Haggerty. Well worthy an inclusion in Mal Riley's Great Britain squad. He is in the panel of 10, but he's a good utility player, Roy Haggerty. Can be used both as a back and a forward. He likes it better in the forwards, but I'm sure if it's a matter of a Great Britain jersey, he'll play anywhere. He'll certainly play anywhere here at Nosey Road for the Saints, which Leeds in possession. Kevin Rain straightens up, drives forward. Andy Platt and Tony Burke bring him down. Richard Gunn taking the ball back for the kick up field from John Holmes. Beavers takes it safely over to the left. Price there, Gary Price coming upfield, tackle Beavers. Les Quirk on his outside, but he takes the tackle. Quirk steps up at acting halfback. Tries to go on his own, makes another 5 yards. Beavers on to Evans. Saints bring it to the right. Neil Holding. Lofty pass to Haggerty. Quick ball to Andy Platt. The brakes on. Platt down the right wing. Brought down just over 10 yards infield. Saints moving it left. Leeds moving up very quickly. Alan Ashton. Change of direction from Saints. Ray Ashton, I should say. Loughlin. Over to the left now. Solid tackling there from Leeds. Moving very quickly. Bring him down just inside the Leeds half. It's the last tackle for Saints. The ball now with Doherty. A grubber kick crossfield. But the ball running directly dead. So Leeds will restart with a 25-yard tap. The score still 8 points to 4 in Leeds' favour. 23 minutes of the game gone. Guns restarts onto Paul Gill. Brought down 10 yards outside the Leeds 25, centre field. Kevin Rain flicks the ball out. The Leeds man takes it. Richard Gunn going on his own. Sees the gap, driving forward. Brought down right on the halfway line. 15-yard run from this Leeds hooker. John Holmes. Kicks the ball cross field. Against a stiff breeze, it's kept in field. Beavers comes round, gathers it. Brought down just outside his own 25. Looking very lax, the Saints. Leeds moving up very quickly. Tony Burke in possession. Paul Gill and Gunn bring him down. Neil Holding now. Trying to use this breeze and kick downfield. But the ball going directly into touch. So it's going to be a scrum just outside the Saints 25. Putting Leeds back on the attack now. It's going to be a Leeds head and ball. Ray Ashton to feed. Leeds come up with the ball, but not to referee McDonald's satisfaction. And Leeds are penalised. Differential penalty at the scrum down. Well, loose arm, I think referee McDonald's indicating 3 penalties each and 1 clean scrum each for both sides. Paul Groves now 10 yards outside the Leeds 25, feeds onto Tony Burke, first man in. Kevin Rain, Richard Gunn and Paul Gill combined front row of Leeds in there. Roy Haggerty, straight runner Haggerty. He knows the way, he gets that ball and runs directly at the men. Has to take the tackle this time of Powell. Knock on by Paul Doherty there, very unlucky. As Saints spread the ball to the left. So it's a scrum down centre field, just outside the Leeds 25. Ray Ashton to feed. Penalised for feeding. Right in front of the referee. Neil Holding, quick tap onto Roy Haggerty. Saints a little bunched, but Haggerty shrugs one tackle off, comes to the blind side, flicks it inside to Loughlin. He goes over to the left, looking for the gap. Short ball onto Farmer, Stevie for the line. Flicks it up there to Quirk, and the try's given. Quick hand from Saints there. Roy Haggerty instigating it over here. Coming over to the right, he flicked it back inside to Paul Loughlin. Did well, Paul Loughlin, change of direction. Took it over to the left. Fed it on and Les Quirk finally latching on to the end of that ball. And touching down 10 yards in from the touchline. That levels the scores up. 8 points each at present. And Paul Loughlin's turnover on the far side to see if he can convert this try. Mark Healy going on there as Sandman. Down onto the substitutes bench for today's clash. Paul Loughlin, Saints leading goal scorer with 93 conversions, or should I say 93 goals this season. There he goes. No goal. So just 8 points each now. Saints with 2 tries and Leeds with a converted try and a penalty goal. 13 minutes of this first half to go and the scores all level. Well, at Headingley earlier on in the season, 8th of November 1987, Saints went down by 24 points to 21 against Leeds. It was getting beat 24 points to 3 at one stage. Didn't look anything like, and then they came back with a late rally, but it was too late with 2 tries from McCormick, Chris Arkwright a try, 3 goals from Loughlin, 1 from Tanner, and a Roy Haggerty drop goal. They just hit back too late. Leeds kick off onto Stuart Evans, he gives a dummy. Leeds took it, Tony Burke in support. Tremendous favourite of the crowds, this Stuart Evans. Paul Groves attacked at half-back, Saints moving it to the left. Neil Holding, bobbing and weaving. Feeds it inside to Paul Farber, sees the gap, shrugs one off, brought down just inside the Leeds half. The ball's loose. Roy Powell finally comes up with it. Young Paul Groves follows him up and completes the tackle. Unlucky there, Farber just losing the ball in that tackle, but Leeds quick on the break. Bastard feeds it inside to Errol Johnson. He kicks upfield, but it goes directly into touch. Well, a judge to have come off a Saints player, but I thought the ball was in touch as Johnson had kicked it. But a penalty being awarded to Leeds, obviously for an infringement. An elbow adjudged there by referee Matt Donald. Phil Beavers obstructing the Leeds player in his efforts to get to the ball, but I thought the ball was already in touch, but Leeds were awarded the penalty. They give yourself a bit of room, the Leeds, kick it into touch, and they restart. Gary Price feeds it inside to John Holmes. Good try there from Leeds. Obviously a planned move. Leeds go back into the lead in the 29th minute of this first half. Veteran campaigner John Holmes going over just to the left of the sticks. A penalty awarded 5 yards from the Saints line. Leeds gave themselves a little bit of room, kicked it back into touch. They spread it out to the right, and Price it was bursting through for the line. He turned inside and Holmes was on the end of it. And he touched down just to the left of the sticks. Paul Gill now, surely just a formality. £12 points to 8. Leeds are winning. Paul Gill stepping up there. No problem. So that's 14 points to 8 in Leeds' favour. Saints to restart from the centre spot. Trailing by 6. Paul Loughlin to restart. Kicks it deep. Kept in field by Richard Pratt, I think it was, that came in field for that ball. But it's gone at dummy half. Bringing the ball to the left, onto Powell. Strong second row forward, but well taken down there, Roy Haggerty. Leeds with a quick play of the ball, onto Kevin Rain. Gun again, that's acting half-back. Holmes on his right, Holmes has the ball. Quick play there. Scooped up, Marty Gurd, I think it was, scoops the ball up after a mistake by Leeds. Referee MacDonald indicating there that it hit the Leeds player's knee. Leeds taking it blindside. Quick run from, burst through from Paul Gill there. But it's Richard Pratt, I think, coming in field. The change overruled. I think the ball now with Paul Doherty. Beavers at acting half-back. Saints bring it blindside, onto Evans. Turning round, looking to release. Solid tackle there from Kevin Rain. Saints bring it blindside again. Roy Haggerty feeds inside to Paul Loughlin. can't hold it. Ball right into the hands of John Bassett. He goes on a diagonal crossfield run. Leeds on the attack. Bassett hurrying through. Solid 40-yard run from Bassett there. Took the ball after a mistake here on the popular side touchline. And Leeds on the attack. Price inside to Powell. Lachlan, Doherty and Paul Groves in at the tackle. But it's gone. Leeds bring it blindside onto Kevin Rain. Last tackle now for Leeds. 8 minutes to go in this first half and Leeds winning by 14 points to 8. Holmes gives the domain, spreads it to the right, onto Price, breaks one tackle, feeds it to the right, loose ball. Quirk comes through, tries to kick it, it hits the Leeds man and goes into touch. And the changeover being ruled by referee MacDonald. So Saints restart with a play the ball 10 yards outside their own 25. Well, Groves, I think he's had the ball taken from him. Looks like Price, the second rower. Just can't make out. But it's Leeds in possession onto Powell. Neil Holding quickly in there. Paul Lachlan in assistance. Ray Ashton at dummy half. On to Paul Gill. Brought down on the Saints 25. Leeds with another 3 tackles to make it count. Just on the Saints 25. And Gunn brings it blindside. Change of direction as Price goes infield. Richard Gunn feeds it inside. David Heron going to the line. Nice ball inside. Marty Gurr, that is. Linking up from the full-back position. Quick play from Saints. Quick play from Leeds, I beg your pardon. Resulting in another try. Marty Gurr linking on to the end of that David Heron pass. So Leeds extend the lead to 18 points to 8. Losing both games over the Easter period. And Leeds, they've certainly been on the wrong end of the scoreline in quite a few matches. They've done a lot of spending this season, Leeds, about 750, 800,000 pounds reputed. But Gill slots the goal over there, so it's 20 points to Saints, 20 points to Leeds, 8 points to Saints. And certainly Saints with a lot of work to do. Carl Gibson now. Richard Gunn. On to Paul Gill. Goes over there to the Leeds right wing. Kevin Rain. Head down, drives forward. Gains 10 yards. For the Leeds outfit, they're still pegged in their own 25. On to Powell. Haggerty in there with the tackle. Together with Tony Burke. It's obviously Leeds, they're close to the line, they're deadly. John Holmes getting Kevin Rain going, he comes in field. Beavers completes the tackle, brings Rain down. It's the last tackle for Leeds. Ashton spreads it left. Powell on a diagonal run. Still going Powell, looking to release, but it's the changeover now. It's going to be the changeover. Don't give this man Powell any room. He proved that in the players' final when Saints just managed to beat Leeds by the 1 point, 15-14. One of the tries come from a tremendous diagonal run from this man Powell. But it's Saints in possession. Paul Farber. 10 yards short of the halfway line. Saints still in possession. Roy Haggerty, short ball onto Tony Burke. Powell and Gill in the tackle with Gunn already round the legs. Paul Doherty feeds it inside to Beavers. On to Stuart Evans. Drives upfield, brought down just short of the centre spot. Roy Haggerty now feeds inside to Neil Holding. looking for the players on the left, but they all seem to be over here on the right. The ball going down, still kept going. Beavers, onto Doherty, onto Roy Haggerty, looking on this blind side. Loughlin kicks upfield, but just didn't quite get contact with it. So David Tanner coming off, replaced by Mark Elia, and Neil Holding coming off, being replaced by Chris Arkwright. Alex Murphy doing two substitutions just before half time. Just about 2 minutes of this half remaining. Saints there in possession. Beavers gives the dummy, tries to go through, solid tackling there from the Leeds outfit. Bring him down, a crunching tackle there. Beavers taking a knock. He tried to show the dummy, tried to thread his way through the Leeds players there, but a tremendous crunching tackle. Referee MacDonald stops the game to allow Saints physio, but under this new ruling, the ball can be restarted. While the game can be restarted, the ball taken from the injured player. Paul Groves onto Chris Arkwright. Roy Haggerty. John Holmes quickly in there. At the top of the Leeds, Chris Arkwright now. Loses the ball, but Andy Platt. The ball coming back there, well, the ball bouncing back there. Andy Platt latching onto the end of it. But a knock-on being ruled. It's a scrum down on the Leeds 25. Ray Ashton to feed. Leeds head and ball, and Leeds come up with it. Take it crossfield. Mark Elia in there with Paul Loughlin. Complete the tackle. John Holmes attacked in half-back. Carl Gibson now, speedy lad this Gibson. Richard Pratt at dummy half. Leeds bringing it to the left. Onto hooker. Richard Gunn. Brought down right on the 25. Quick hands from Holmes. Onto Paul Gill. When they're down in their own 25, Leeds, they just have a lot of difficulty getting out, but when they're near the Saints line, they certainly seem to be able to score at will. Bashing it now. Barry Ledger brings him down. Tremendous tackle from Ledger, but the ball coming back to Marty Gurr for the kick up field. Beavers takes it, fully recovered now after that knock. Powell up with him, but Beavers tries to outpace him going over to the left. Finally takes the tackle, 10 yards outside his own 25. Les Quirk attacked in half-back. Had a lengthy spell off with a cartilage operation, Les Quirk. Saints bend it to the right. Haggerty onto Loughlin. Shrugs one off, tries to go in field. Errol Johnson, Jeff Bassnett and John Holmes try to bring him into touch. He does well, he keeps in field. 10 yards inside the Leeds half. Andy Platt, Doherty, Arkwright looking for the gap. Feeds inside to Stuart Evans. Who in turn turns round, looking to feed on, but solid tackling there. Roy Powell and Paul Gill, I think that is in at the tackle. Farber now for Saints, straightening up, centre field. Well into injury time now in this first half. Saints trailing by 20 points to 8. Andy Platt, head down, looking to go through. 6 tackle ruled, so the changeover. Ray Ashton onto Errol Johnson. There's the half-time hooter. So Leeds going in at the half-time, leading by 20 points to 8. Saints opening the scoring with a Neil Holding try, then Gill hit back with a penalty goal for Leeds. Then Richard Pratt going over in the 20th minute, converted by Gill. A Les Quirk try, bringing both teams back on equal terms, 8 points to 8. But then in the last 10 minutes or so, John Holmes going over for a try, converted by Gill. Then Marty Gurr for a try converted by Gale, so 20 points to 8, the half-time score. Back with you now at Nosey Road, the second half of the Stones Bitter League clash. Saints versus Leeds. Leeds first back on the pitch. Out come the Saints now. No doubt a few strong words from Alec Murphy at half-time in the dressing room. Saints trailing by 20 points to 8. As I said before, we was trailing to Leeds at Headingley at 24 points to 3 at one stage, but a late rally. The Saints came back, but it just wasn't good enough. But no substitutions in the first half for Leeds. Saints making two, just both substitutions there just before the half-time hooter, with David Tanner being replaced and Neil Holding being replaced. But it looks as though Neil Holding is back on the pitch for Paul Doherty at half-time. So whether young Paul Doherty picked a knock-up or what, so we don't know. But it's Leeds to restart with the wins to the backs. They're playing down to the clubhouse end for this second half. And away we go. Andy Platt stops it with his foot, gathers the ball, drives forward. Three-man Leeds tackling brings him down on the 25. Stuart Evans coming from deep there. Groves onto Tony Burke. Tries to shrug one off, but David Heron in there with his one of his second row compatriots, Gary Price. The ball kicked upfield. Marty Gurr gathers it, fumbles the ball, but allowed to go on. Quirk and Elia come in to complete the tackle. Well, Leeds, as I said before, with multi-million pound talent, as you could say. Lee Crooks, Gary Schofield and the Aussies, Rod Morris and Peter Tunks, together with Marty Gurr. There's only Marty Gurr still with them. Crooks and Schofield out injured. Both Crooks and Schofield match winners in their own right. But Barry Ledger on a break now. Still going Ledger. Well taken down by Marty Gurr. Leeds kicked upfield. A good 50, 60-yard run from Barry Ledger. Put a bit of heart into these Saints. Haggerty up to Beavers. Elia on his inside, Quirk on his outside. Elia at dummy half. Groves on to Stuart Evans. Tries to hand off Richard Gunn. But to Leeds come in and complete the tackle. Arkwright, Neil Holding. On to Andy Platt. Flicks it up to Farber. Turns round, feeds it back to Neil Holding. Must be a try on the cards here. Yes, Loughlin goes over there in the second minute of the second half. Paul Loughlin finishing off that move from the Saints. Over here on the left, Barry Ledger started at centre field. He was in his own half. He was brought down centre field on the lead 25. It came over to the left, then was quickly spread over to the right. Neil Holding in on that movement, lofted it out. Paul Loughlin and Paul Farber over there, but Paul Loughlin latching onto the end of it. He touches down about 5 yards infield. Puts the Saints back with an early score in the second half. Loughlin going over for his 7th try of the season. We have yet to get a goal on the board this second half. Well, this match I should say. Paul Loughlin finding extreme difficulty with the breeze over there on the far side. Neil Holding going over there. He's going to hold the ball in an upright position for him. But it's Loughlin who scored the try. It makes the score 20 points to 12 for Leeds now. Loughlin looking to convert his own try. Gets plenty of height, looks good. Yes! Super goal from Loughlin. Puts Saints within striking distance. Just a try and a goal separating the two teams. Loughlin there, Paul Loughlin kicking his 94th goal of the season. Really coming into his own now, Paul Loughlin, and well worthy a place in the Great Britain squad. Leeds kick off, taken by Les Quirk, straightens up, runs straight at the Leeds defence. Gill and Rain, the tacklers there. Saints spread it to the right, Arkwright in possession. Groves, second it to Tony Burke. Strong run of this Burke, looking to feed inside, but solid Leeds tackling there, taking down. The ball back to Loughlin for the kick-up field, against the breeze. Marty Gurr takes it, centre field on the 25. Drives crossfield, good run from this Aussie fullback. Mark Elia assists, but Roy Haggerty completes the tackle. Leeds bringing it blindside. Ray Ashton thinking he's trying to scamper through. No, it's Richard Pratt. Now Ray Ashton. On to Roy Powell. Super tackle there. Tony Burke, Chris Arkwright, and they force Roy Powell back. And that takes some doing. A real strong running forward, this Powell. John Holmes trying to get Leeds going. Back to Ray Ashton. Kicks upfield, but he gets a lot of height. Don't get much distance. Beavers gathers it safely. Inside to Les Quirk on a diagonal run. But Ashton following up. Brings Quirk down. Beavers looking for a quick play of the ball. He gets it. He has to go on his own. Saints just in a bit of disarray. Groves now. Mix up with the ball. Well, Groves is captain. He's showing his anger there at that lack of composure. So it's a scrum down just inside the Leeds half. Ray Ashton to feed. Saints come up with the ball against the head there. Quick break from Saints. Mark Elia. Quirk now, acting half-back. Saints moving to the right. Arkwright. Ashton moving up very quickly there. In fact, I think he's been playing with us most of the match. Roy Haggerty now feeds it inside to Groves. Quick hands onto Chris Arkwright. Stood up in the tackle. Quick play the ball wanted from Saints. Groves brings it blindside onto Beavers. Short ball onto Andy Platt. Good forward this Andy Platt, but he's on the transfer list here at Saints. £175,000. I for one certainly don't want to see Platt go, but let's hope we can settle his differences. Last tackle for Saints. Groves, Haggerty, back to Groves. Lofted pass to Holding. He beats the Leeds defence. Feeds it inside to Farber. On to Groves again. Last tackle for Saints this. They've got to keep it going. On to Beavers. Inside to Haggerty. Back flip to Beavers. On to Holding again. Chip kick through. The chase is on. Holding, has he scored? Yes! Brilliant try there from Saints. 7 minutes into this second half. On the last tackle there. And that ball must have gone through about 7 or 8 pairs of hands at least. Neil Holding with his second try of the afternoon. His 6th of the season. Certainly brings the Saints crowd back onto the feet. Brilliant try that. Certain good teamwork. The ball was kept alive. Crisp into passing. And Neil Holding chipped through. Give Leeds the due. They didn't obstruct him or anything. Perhaps they think they might have better been obstructing him, as 2 points maybe would have been better than 6. So Loughlin now, easy conversion attempt from this lad. Oh my word! Takes it to the left of the post. A bad miss that from Paul Loughlin. That would have levelled the scores up at 20 points each. But as he missed that, Saints just trailing by 2 points. 20 points to 18, but we're only 8 minutes into this second half, and Saints hitting back with 10 points in 8 minutes, trailing by 12 points at half-time, 20 points to 8. Certainly had a verbal lashing of Alec Murphy's tongue at half-time. They come out and hit back in good fashion. Leeds kick off, the ball to Neil Holding. Saints double try scorer there. Andy Platt. Solid tackle there from the Leeds man, brings Platt down just outside. David Heron it was, brings Andy Platt down just outside his 25. Tony Burke, Saints driving upfield. Short ball to Haggerty, loses the ball. Carl Gibson comes up with it. Very unlucky there, Roy Haggerty. Trying to zip through and the ball just shooting from his hands. Which Leeds in possession. They'll try and slow it down now. Kevin Rain. Solid tackling there. Chris Arkwright and Andy Platt. Centre field. Richard Gunn at dummy half. On to Roy Powell. Evans in at the tackle with Chris Arkwright. Which Leeds still in possession. Just inside their own half. Inside to Gary Price, brought down right on the halfway line. Paul Groves effects the tackle. Richard Gunn on to Ray Ashton, but he loses the ball. Saints drop on it. Paul Groves quickly down on it. The knock on being ruled out to play the ball. Groves plays it. Burke at dummy half. But he knocks on. Leeds allowed to make a substitution now with number 15, Mark Brooke-Cowden. Coming on for number 10, I think that is, it's Paul Gill. Well, scrum down right on the halfway line. Leeds head and ball, Leeds come up with the ball. Marty Gurr linking up in the line. We can't get through. Solid tackling from Beavers and Haggerty bring him down, but it's Leeds still in possession, taking it over to the left. Bad pass there from Heron, but well taken. John Holmes directing operations at the acting half-back position. Richard Gunn takes the tackle. The ball coming to the left. Roy Haggerty goes for the interception, but it's on to Carl Gibson. He lost it out. Looked very much forward, yes. Looked very much forward from Carl Gibson onto Richard Pratt, I should say. I do beg your pardon. But if that ball had been clean, he certainly was scooting in there. Richard Pratt already scored a try for the Leeds outfit today. There's Neil Holding now to feed. Saints head and ball. Saints come up with a scrum. Les Quirk still going, crossfield. Flicks the ball out to Mark Elia. Quick hand from Saints. Andy Platt coming through at pace. Paul Loughlin stepping up now at dummy half. Ray Ashton moves up very quickly over here for Leeds. Just in front of us on the popular side. Groves going on his own. Slippery customer, this Groves still going. Ray Ashton brings him down. And Saints certainly putting it together. Roy Haggerty inside to Mark Elia. Flicks it up to Beavers. Saints keep it going. Arkwright on to Stuart Evans. Back to Chris Arkwright. Flicks it out again to Andy Platt. The ball going down. Unlucky there. Andy Platt looking to flick it back to Phil Beavers. The ball going down. And John Holmes, he's quickly down on it. Leeds spread it to the left. Ray Ashton on to David Heron. On to Roy Powell now. Saints move up very quickly. Got to contain this Leeds outfit. Leeds in the lead by 20 points to 18. We've certainly got a game on our hands here at Nosey Road. Saints coming back, scoring 10 points in the first 8 minutes. It should have been 10 points, but unfortunately Paul Loughlin hooking the conversion attempt to Neil Holding try. Leeds kick downfield, fine touch on the Saints 25. They've got the aid of this stiff breeze at the backs, and certainly they're going to make use of it. It's a scrum down on the Saints 25. It's Saints head and ball. It's Neil Holding going to feed. Saints just tidying up on the scrums in the second half, 2-1. Referee Matt Donald not satisfied with the scrum. his hat-trick and a brilliant try there. Outpaced the Leeds defence, came on the blind side. That certainly set this crowd alight here at Nosey Road. Individual effort there from Neil Holding. He came round the blind side from the scrum, nothing in his way, and he hurried up this touchline. Marty Gurr come crossfield, but he couldn't make any headway on Neil Holding, and he touched his down there for his 7th try of the season and his 3rd of today's match. Standing ovation from this crowd here at Nosey Road. Even the Leeds spectators, you must applaud tries of such class. So it's Paul Loughlin now, trying to convert this Neil Holding try. Right on the 25-yard line, just a couple of yards in, takes it across the face of the goal this time. But Saints now in a slender 2 points. And his 2nd try coming from good into passing hands and teamwork from the Saints outfit. Leeds kick off, Tony Burke gathers it. Saints now with the tails up. 16 minutes of the second half and Saints in the lead, 22 points to 20. Roy Haggerty on the break, men on his outside, Elia coming up with him. Well, the Leeds came in, they closed him down, he couldn't get that ball to Quirk. Healy was on the inside, but it's Saints on the attack. Loughlin, Arkwright, on to Beavers, linking up, beats one man Beavers, goes over to Barry Ledger's wing. Just brought down inside the Leeds 25. Ledger attacked in half-back. Loose pass from Andy Platt, but Arkwright tidies up. Overlap here for Saints. Healy on the inside and Quirk on the outside. Solid tackle from Carl Gibson, I think it was Gibson. Ledger coming in field, looking for some work. Last tackle now for Saints. Groves at dummy half. Back to Beavers. Attempted drop goal. Yes, there it is. Beavers with a drop goal extends the Saints lead to 3 points, 23 points to 20, and that's the way to do it, I suppose. If you're up at the opposition's end, if there's a chance of points on the board, it means that Leeds have got to kick off, give Saints possession. Saints certainly putting it together, hitting back there in good style. Ray Ashton to kick off. Neil Holding takes the ball, feeds on to Barry Ledger, goes through one Ledger, the break's on! Oh, Groves is with him! Groves on his outside, he gives it to Groves! Arkwright inside, Groves is still going! Brought down inches short, brilliant play from the Saints! A full 60-yard movement there, started by Barry Ledger. Andy Platt flicks it back, bad ball, tidied up by Beavers. Saints just losing ground temporarily, I hope. Burke at dummy half, onto Arkwright. Roy Haggerty now takes the tackle of Powell and Rain, centre field. Paul Farber on to Stuart Evans, coming from deep. Straight run Evans, gains a valuable 10-15 yards from the Saints. Farber again, onto Arkwright. Off 1 foot, scoring for the lad Arkwright. Inside to Farber, yes, he beats the tackle. Oh, forward pass ruled. Unlucky there, Saints, with quick hands. Arkwright saw the gap, he went through. Farber supporting as ever. On his left, he took the ball, but a forward pass ruled. 19 minutes of the second half gone. Saints in the lead by 23 points to 20. Certainly hitting back in good style. The scrum down there won by Leeds. The break's on. Carl Gibson, I think it is. Back here. He's going to... No, he can't catch him. It's Gibson. Ledger finally completes the tackle. Good break from Leeds there. 50, 60-yard break from this Leeds outfit. Richard Pratt on to Errol Johnson. Leeds taking it crossfield. David Heron on on to John Holmes. Gary Price now, second row for Leeds. Leeds keep it going, on to Kevin Rain. Change of direction. Diagonal run from this prop forward. Still going. Finally brought down by Ledger and Paul Farber. But it's Leeds now. Loose ball. Carl Gibson tidies up. Chris Arkwright completes the tackle. Arkwright takes the ball. Arkwright comes up with the ball, so Saints are back in possession. Solid tackle from Arkwright onto Carl Gibson. Certainly end-to-end stuff this in the last 5 minutes or so. Saints sweeping upfield and nearly scoring, and then Leeds hitting back in good style. A good 50-60 yard run from them and nearly scoring. Haggerty looking for the support there. Always willing to run, Haggerty. And no support with him, but Saints still in possession. Stuart Evans. Still going forward, Evans. 2 men on his back. Paul Groves at dummy half. Brings it left to Phil Beavers. Short break, Haggerty. On to Les Quirk. Quick hands wanted, and Haggerty there creating the gap. It's the last tackle of this set of 6. Hits the Leeds man off the kick from Groves. Puts Leeds back on the attack. Mark Brooke Cowden now. New Zealand test player, this Brooke Cowden, signed by Leeds earlier on in the season. Kevin Rain now in possession, brought down centre field. 35 yards from the Saints try line. Holmes on to Powell, coming through on a diagonal run. Paul Groves brings him down, but Neil Holding completes the tackle with Paul Farber. Richard Gunn at dummy half, going on his own, feeds inside to David Heron. Certainly just warming up here now, and Saints in the lead by 23 points to 20 after being down 20 points to 8 at half time. John Holmes coming through there, feeding a short ball onto Bassnett. John Bassnett it is, coming through. John Holmes, he slips those short balls out very quickly. They did have a hint of a forward pass about it, but Bassnett latched onto the end of it. Always the creator, John Holmes, a wily campaigner, playing at standoff today. He's a standoff, but he has played in the loose forward position. John Bassnett goes over for the try, puts Leeds back in the lead, 24 points to 23. That's certainly a good game now in this second half. Saints pulling back with early scores, and Leeds hitting back there, taking the lead back. So Carl Gibson taking over the kicking duties, with Paul Gill being replaced. But he's unsuccessful there. So it's 24 points to Leeds, 23 points to Saints. Carl Gibson unable to convert that John Bassnett try. So it's Saints to kick off for the first time in this second half. 23 minutes of the second half gone. 1 point in the teens. David Heron stops the ball, feeds it left. Richard Pratt on a diagonal run. Solid tackling, bring him down on his own 25. Centre field, Ray Ashton to get the Leeds outfit going, on to Roy Powell. Takes it over to the left wing, the Leeds left wing, right in front of the main stand side. John Holmes directing operations. Chris Arkwright, Tony Burke complete the tackle. Holmes kicks the ball downfield. Phil Beavers, tremendous catch from Beavers on the 25. Brings it up the touchline. Gibson and Pratt effect the tackle. Paul Farber now driving upfield. Gibson, one of the tacklers in for Leeds again. Tony Burke now Runs into Kevin Rain and Roy Powell. Blindside, Groves onto Haggerty. Inside to Groves. The breaks on Farmer on the inside. Groves chips forward. Quirk up there, but the kick's just too far. Very unlucky there with the strong breeze blowing in the opposite direction. But Groves going through there. Whether he saw Paul Farmer on his right, I don't know, but he kicked upfield. The chase was on both Farmer and Quirk, but the ball running dead. Leeds restart with a 25-yard tap. Brute Cowden now, driving forward. Richard Gunn, John Holmes, onto Kevin Rain. Leeds in possession, 10 yards short of the halfway line. Just 1 point separated the teams, 24-23 in Leeds' favour. Solid tackling there, Chris Arkwright quickly in, bring David Heron down, well out on the full that. Leeds with a tremendous breeze behind them. They kick down to peg the Saints back in their own 25. The ball going directly into touch. So it's a scrum down right on the halfway line. It's Saints head and ball, Neil holding to feed. Saints just edging on the scrums, I think this second half, 3-2. There's Neil holding there. Feeds in. Saints come up with the ball. Quick break, onto Beavers, linking up. Arkwright quickly over there. Andy Platt at dummy half. Onto Arkwright. Onto Neil Holding. Roy Haggerty. Sidesteps off one. Feeds inside to Groves, but the Leeds man grabs the ball. Haggerty always keen to keep this ball moving, but he puts Leeds back on the attack. Mark Brute Cowden now. Mark Elia completes the tackle. Farmer in assistance. Gunn at dummy half. Onto Ray Ashton. Inside to Roy Powell. Richard Gunn for Leeds. Onto Ray Ashton. Spreads it left. Good dummy from the Leeds outfit. They go through and are brought down 10 yards inside the Saints half. Ray Ashton, loop movement with Johnson, I think it is. Haggerty coming in for the interception. John Holmes comes up with the ball. Carl Gibson over here. Well, that was a mile forward. Onto Richard Pratt. But Burke brings him down. The tries awarded. Pratt going in for his hat-trick. No, it was Basnett before, beg your pardon. Pratt going in for his second try. But earlier in the movement, he did well there, Pratt. The tackle wasn't completed. He got up and went over and touched down with Stuart Evans latched onto him. But the try's awarded. But earlier on in that movement, there was a forward pass from Gibson inside to Pratt. But Leeds extend the lead. 28 points to 23 now. 12 minutes of the game remaining. Certainly a good game, but Saints losing a little momentum after hitting back in good style in the first 20 minutes of the second half. So Marty Gurr entrusted with the goal-kicking duties from this popular side. He's just about 5 yards in. He's 30 yards out. Lining up for the kick. Takes it to the right of the upright. So Saints trailing by 5 points. 28 points to 23 in Leeds' favour. 12 minutes of the game remaining, and Saints have certainly got to hit back very quickly. They're trying a goal and see them in the lead. David Heron. On to try scorer, Richard Pratt. Haggerty wraps him up, centre field. 20 yards from the Leeds try line. Richard Gunn at acting half-back, takes it left to Roy Powell. Roy Powell, one of the Leeds international call-ups into the Great Britain squad, along with Paul Medley, Gary Schofield and David Stevenson. Whilst they've got two players on standby, Lee Crooks and hooker Colin Maskill. John Holmes now for the kick upfield. Obviously wants to peg Saints back in their own half with the aid of this tremendous breeze. Beavers gathers it. Ray Ashton coming up. Beavers pushes him off, but Ashton just keeps hold of his ankle. Quick play the ball, less quirk now. Leeds moving up very quickly. Referee MacDonald not pegging them back the required 10 yards. Stuart Evans now in possession. Trying to flick it back. Saints tidy up and Andy Platt is in possession. Brought down on the 10-yard line, right in front of the Saints posts. Neil Holding, lofty pass up to Barry Ledger, looked very dangerous Ledger. Chips upfield, the ball still loose. Powell in possession. No, Gibson, I beg your pardon, that will be, will it? No, I'll get it right eventually. Errol Johnson comes across field and brought down. Super tackle by Roy Haggerty. 10 yards inside the Saints half. Ray Ashton onto Brooke Cowden, running strong. Straight runner, gathers that ball and runs straight at the Saints defence. Ray Ashton taking it left. Onto Roy Powell now. Brought down centre field. Tony Burke, Andy Platt, Paul Groves and Stuart Evans in at the tackle. John Holmes now trying to get things going for Leeds. Loose ball. The ball's knocked back. Referee MacDonald's opinion. And Leeds are still in possession. John Holmes. Loose ball again. Can Saints capitalise on it? Mark Elia goes down on that loose ball very bravely. So Saints now. Les Quirk attacked in half-back. Saints still in possession. John Holmes second and up there in the proceedings. Breeze the lively character Holmes. Leeds line up very quickly. Neil Holding had to stretch for that ball. Just hit his fingers and went forward. So a knock on and a scrum down. 10 yards inside the Saints half. 8 minutes of the game remaining. Saints trailing by 5 points. Both teams needing points in the Stones Bitter League Championship table. Leeds come up with the ball. Saints back into third position with Bradford winning midweek. They need the points for a top home ties in the Premiership top 8 playoff. Richard Gunn onto Ray Ashton. Hint of obstruction there, but referee allows play on. Roy Haggerty did knock the ball down onto the ground. It was like a charge down, but there was a crossing. He allowed play on. And Tony Burke now in possession for Saints. Powell, Brooke Cowden and Ray Ashton in at the tackle with Richard Gunn. Arkwright straightens up, centre field. Leeds having to defend now. Roy Haggerty coming blindside, pushes Powell off, feeds inside to Stuart Evans, onto Paul Farber, straightens up, drives upfield, brought down 10 yards short of the Leeds 25. Quick hands from Saints now, they've got to spread it out to the right. Beavers linking up, onto Paul Loughlin. Last tackle now for the Saints. Beavers, chip kicks through. The ball taken by Kevin Rain. He loses the ball on the 25, but a knock on being ruled. And a scrum down ordered by referee MacDonald. Saints head and ball, Neil Holding to feed. Certainly we need this ball. Comes out Saints side. Saints work the dummy movement with loose forward Andy Platt, but Leeds well up to it. Saints in possession, spreading it to the left. Roy Haggerty looking for the gap, but John Holmes and Roy Powell quickly in there at the tackle. Beavers linking up. Stuart Evans coming from deep. Gains a valuable 10-15 yards. He's brought down centre field, just outside the Leeds 25. Paul Paul Groves going on his own, sees the gap, tries to go through, tries to flick it inside. Leeds quickly close him down, but it's Saints on the attack. They've got to make sure they get a score here. Andy Platt into space, brought down inches short of the try line. Leeds move up very quickly. Quick hands from Saints, lofty pass, Beavers, Arkwright, onto Elia. The ball's loose, Leeds come up with it. Elia tried to flick it over the Leeds player's head to Les Quirk. It hit the Leeds man and Leeds are in possession. Cal Gibson coming away with it. Farber and Burke complete the tackle. 5 minutes of the game remaining, Saints trailing by 5 points. John Basnick coming in field, looking for a bit of action. Brought down centre field. Richard Gunn from dummy half. Tried to scamper through. Runs into the clutches of Paul Farber. Ray Ashton brings the ball back to John Holmes for the kick up field. The Leeds with the aid of the breeze. Unlucky there, Les Quirk just lost sight of it. No way through for him this time. David Heron quickly round. Well, Ray Ashton there moving up. He's certainly been playing for us. He's been in our back line all afternoon. Tony Burke now in possession. Brought down 10 yards short of the halfway line. Saints bring it blindside. Chris Arkwright. Short ball to Roy Haggerty. Goes in field, Haggerty. Flicks it out. Gathers the ball. It touches the Leeds man. I think Saints is still in possession. Temper's getting a little frayed here. Referee MacDonald moving in very quickly. But Saints wanted to get up for a quick play of the ball. Mark Elia in possession on the ground. It was impeded by the Leeds player. But Temple's getting a little frayed. Touch judge reporting to referee MacDonald. The clock is stopped while treatment goes on to a Leeds player. A scrum down being ruled. 10 yards inside the Leeds half. The Saints head and ball. David Heron it was there receiving the treatment. Saints head and ball. Well, it came out the Leeds side, but referee not happy with the initial scrum. Saints took the ball this time onto Andy Platt. Chris Arkwright onto Mark Elia. Receiving plenty of attention. Elia, one of Saints' speed merchants, and he's perhaps one that can pull it out of the hat for the Saints. Stuart Evans. Leeds move up there. David Heron and Roy Powell effect the tackle. Chris Arkwright coming blindside, looking for the gap. Feeds it inside to Neil Olin. Sees the gap. Heading for the line. Flicks it up inside. Loughlin gets the ball. All on ruled by referee MacDonald. Haggerty tidies up. Flicks it out to Arkwright. Saints still in possession. Arkwright brought down 20 yards from the Leeds try line. Centre field. 4 minutes of the game remaining. Paul Groves, outrageous dummy. 15 yards from the Leeds try line now. Neil Holding, short ball to Andy Platt. Juggles with it, but sticks hold of it. And it's the changeover. I didn't see referee MacDonald indicating for the last tackle. But it's the changeover. Leeds are in possession. They're in their own 25. I would imagine they'll do a few forward charges, then put the ball back to John Holmes for the kick up field with the aid of this strong breeze, pegging the Saints back up in their own half. Roy Powell now. Paul Groves brings him down on the Leeds 25. Richard Gunn at dummy half. Saints trailing by 5 points. Ray Ashton for Leeds takes it to crossfield left to Gary Price. Errol Johnson at dummy half. The ball back for the kick up field. Saints have got to drive it upfield. Beavers gathers it at the second attempt. Feeds back inside to Barry Ledger. Another one of Saints' speed merchants. He certainly had a decent game today, Barry Ledger. Certainly tormented this Leeds defence. Paul Farber. Got to calm down now, Saints. Nothing fancy. Take the tackle. Just a couple of minutes of the game remaining. Roy Haggerty, centre field, flicks it back. Andy Platt tidies up. Well, the ball being knocked back by the Leeds player, but Andy Platt being adjudged to have knocked on. The time certainly running out for the Saints. 28 points to 23, they're trailing. Ray Ashton for Leeds. Leeds head and ball. Ray Ashton penalised for feeding. Saints want a quick play of the ball. There's 6 tackles, they're 50 yards to create a score. Groves there. Typical dummy from Groves and drives upfield. Referee Matt Donald stopping the clock. Mark Cowden being brought over and spoken to. Stamping on Paul Groves there. So Paul Loughlin is going to kick upfield for further yardage. Brooke Cowden penalised. Loughlin kicks upfield, finds touch. 15 yards from the Leeds try line. Neil Holding to restart. Takes it left to Groves. Chris Arkwright. Paul Farber back to Arkwright. Over to Roy Haggerty. Mark Elia tried to thread his way through. Still stood up in the tackle. There's the final hooter. Well, Saints going down there by 28 points to 23. After going in at half-time, losing by 20 points to 8. They hit back in good style in the second half. Tries from Loughlin, Holding in the 2nd and 7th minutes. Then Neil Holding with a brilliant individual effort in the 14th minute. Aviva's drop goal and Saints were back in the lead by 23 points to 20. Well, that was it. That was it after the 17th minute. Leeds coming back, and in the 22nd minute with a Basnett try. In the 27th minute, which a Pratt try, a Richard Pratt try, and Leeds coming up with the 2 points here at Nosey Road, winning by 28 points to 23. So on behalf of Mike Ron Video, myself Ron Hoof, your regular commentator Brian Pears, your cameraman, I bid you farewell from Nosey Road, and Saints dropping another 2 points in the Stones Bitter League Championship. We're certainly going to come up with a hard game at the Boulevard at Hull on Wednesday night, and then finishing off the league programme with a home fixture here at Nosey Road against Swinton. Referee Matt Donald not satisfied with the scrum. That completes his hat-trick, and a brilliant try there. Outpaced the Leeds defence, came on the blind side. That certainly set this crowd on.